What if you realized that despite your best efforts to be sustainable and socially responsible, that you could be indirectly funding the climate crisis? So you recycle all your plastics at home, switch off all your standby appliances, grow your own produce, and maybe even drive an electric car. Many of us would like to think that we're doing our part for the environment, but there's a whole lot more that goes into sustainable living. Believe it or not, the pressure on making informed choices for the environment is becoming more critical and prevalent even in the world of investing. The world has woken up to the fact that investing into companies that are not environmentally conscious is pretty much the same as, well, you not being environmentally conscious. What if a company you've invested in is contributing to unsustainable practices, such as mining the earth into oblivion or implementing gender-biased hiring practices? As a consumer, you should have the right to decide where your money goes. Deciding whether you should rethink and commit to responsible investing or not is your call. To help you understand the environmental and social impact of your choices, here's the ESG perspective. ESG, short for environmental, social, and governance, is used to evaluate how a company is contributing to sustainable development. Several financial institutions have started to adopt it, including insurers like Prudential. Organizations are not only incorporating ESG factors into their investment decisions, but also embedding them into their own internal business operations. So how does an entire company do this? Here are 4 ways Prudential has chosen to get on board with ESG. Investments are made with ESG factors in mind. To create a more sustainable economy through responsible investment, Prudential offers ESG-focused fund options when it comes to their investment portfolios and offerings. PruLink Global Climate Change Equity Fund is one example that's focused on companies that benefit from acting on climate change. Another example is the PruLink Global Impact ESG Equity Fund, which is focused on life essentials, human empowerment, and environmental sustainability. On top of these, there's also a strong focus on generating positive social impact in underserved communities. Moving away from investments that are deemed to be contributing to environmental decline. This is in line with Prudential's commitment to achieve net zero carbon emissions by 2050. One of their immediate actions to help attain this is through divestment from all companies that derive more than 30% of their revenue from coal by the end of 2022. To minimize fossil fuel pollution, they're also planning to buy out coal-fired power plants in Asia, with the end goal of shutting them down within the next 15 years. Taking steps to reduce their operational carbon footprint. Prudential also manages the environmental impact of their operations. Their goal is to become net carbon neutral across the emissions directly produced in their daily operations and electricity usage. They've also established progressive targets for water and waste and have improved the efficiency in how they use these resources. Building social capital by embracing greater diversity, inclusion, and belonging in our workplace. To ensure diversity and inclusion, Prudential actively promotes gender equality and age inclusivity across all working levels to support a multi-generational workforce and a diverse talent pipeline. In terms of promoting equity, a holistic approach is in place to ensure equitable compensation through regular reviews. By having clear ESG measures for gender diversity and equality across Prudential's business structure, the company managed to reach a female participation ratio of 50% for senior managers and above. Hopefully this gives you an understanding of what ESG is and how organizations are taking steps with you in building a world we want to live in. Place your money where your heart is and make a greater positive impact today.